Hi everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. I've done several videos on ice skates for beginner skaters, but I always get questions, often from adults and teens, that are confused about which skate may be best for them. Sometimes these skaters are looking to return to the sport. Other times, these are brand new skaters. So today, I'm going to discuss ice skates for adults and teens, basically adult-sized people. Skill level alone is not the only factor. Your skating style, foot shape, build, height, weight, and body composition play critical roles too. If you're returning to the sport and haven't looked at skate technology lately, it's actually quite impressive. There's been so much progression in the industry, but innovation can also be confusing. Many things people used to hate about skates, like breaking in a new pair, have come a long way. This is the kind of thing that all the manufacturers are thinking about. Their goal is to design skates that are more beneficial for you to skate in. One of the things that every figure skating manufacturer seems to have these days is a support rating. There's no industry-wide standard for this. Each rating is proprietary to that manufacturer. You can't really use this information to compare different options across multiple brands. Most of the manufacturers base this on the average skater. You may notice that Jackson's Fit Guide, for example, covers skaters that are less than 60 pounds, 60 to 115 pounds, and more than 115 pounds. How many adult-sized people do you know that are 115 pounds? I'm 5'4" and 135 pounds. But the average weight in the US for a woman my age is 176 pounds. And the average for a man my age in the US is just over 200 pounds. As you can imagine, suggestions in Jackson's Fit Guide or ratings from other manufacturers may not always be appropriate for the average adult. In addition to weight, the strength of a skater, the muscularity and body composition is also critical. When looking at those support ratings, Jackson and most manufacturers are using a system out of 100. However, they've computed them differently. Different brands and even different models within the same brand use unique and varied materials. It can be really challenging to compare one skate to the other without trying them on. Brands are designing fantastic technology, but no manufacturer will say that a particular skate is suitable for every skater working on single jumps, or that every skater over 115 pounds should only choose between these one or two skates. I know some skaters of equal weight and skill level, but one may be a harder skater than the other. So these support ratings and the suggestions in Fit Guides are only your starting point. You should not take those as hard and fast rules. They are suggestions meant to be discussed with your coach and your professional skate tech, rather than a self-service guide. Your coach may have an expectation of the kind of skates they feel will work best for you. Discuss this with them. You will benefit from their expertise, and a good coach will explain the why behind their suggestions. Your professional tech may be even more well-versed in what could work best for you. So it's equally important that you discuss the choices you and your coach have agreed on with your skate tech. Often coaches will work with the tech and brief them on their skaters before a fitting. I know that I do this with my go-to skate tech, Greg at Polar Skate Shop.
Hello.
How are you?
Then I leave it to Greg to make the final decision with the skater. I'm really fortunate to have a professional skate tech like Greg that I trust, because I know that Greg will put each skater in the most appropriate skate for them and their budget. Some shops may just put skaters in the most expensive outfit, often overbooting them, and this can impede the ankle and stress your joints. You want to be very careful because the goal is to avoid long-term injury. You need to bend your knees, which is challenging when a boot is too stiff. Ultimately, you want to develop skills with proper technique. Therefore, finding the right boot in the appropriate size is critical. When I send someone to Greg, I know that they're in good hands. Your coach or your skating director likely has a trusted partner like that too. Start with your coach, ask them what they suggest, and where you should go for a fitting. Whatever you do, don't only go by online reviews and information. Of course, you can feel free to do your own research. Just don't substitute research for discussing it with your coach. Trust me, coaches have seen it all, and we're happy to help. You'll also notice, especially with Jackson, that as support ratings increase, the features scale up. For example, Jackson Excel to the Jackson Mystique. Of course, there's sometimes a higher price with that as well. Another example is the Jackson Evo and Artiste. They have similar support ratings, but the Evo retails for around $60 more than the Artiste. Why is that? The Evo, you're getting a heat moldable boot with a waterproof fusion sole, comfortable fabric lining, and a Mark IV blade with a good spin rocker. Heat molding is the icing on the cake here. The entire skate is made with Surlyn material, a soft, clear polymer with outstanding thermoforming characteristics. It forms with the heat in whatever shape is around it. It's a way to get a customized shape for you. It's all about making it form to your foot. With the Artiste, you're getting a PVC outsole. Why is this important? It's not advisable to move the blade on a PVC sole. Sometimes skaters do need to have the blade repositioned for better balance. My blade is always offset from the center because it's my preference and the way that I skate. Additionally, everyone has unique feet. There are wide feet, narrow feet. There are also wide ankles and skinny ankles. Different toe shapes may require expertise to make sure that the ball of the foot is in the proper spot so that you're correctly balanced over the right portion of the blade. Sizing. Most people get skates in too large of a size. Your foot should be snug in the skate so you can wiggle your toes, but your ankle doesn't lift up and your foot isn't sliding around. Bunions can develop when your foot is not in the correct size. If you have too much room, the skate may break down prematurely. Why does this happen? As you push down to get the skate to bend, the lower part of the boot will look to be supported by your foot. But if your boot is too big, it won't have that support and breakdown can happen. A telltale sign is when a giant crease forms on the side of the boot. Sometimes skaters will think the boot just isn't good. Actually, it's because the size is too big. This is where a good size and good fit are paramount. Additionally, it can affect your technique. Think about your toe like a stilt. You can access it when you're jumping or putting the toe pick into the ice. But the farther that toe pick is away from your toe, the more difficult it is to access it. It means you need to use more of your ankle to rock forward up to the rocker. That would also place the spin rocker in the wrong place in relation to where it should be, under the ball of the foot. You really want to get the correct athletic fit where your toes brush the front of the boot. This ensures you're balanced correctly and can access the toe pick with the preferred technique. Your best bet is to get correctly fitted so these kinds of issues just don't happen. Sometimes a skater will purchase the least expensive or the most expensive skate. Of course, when skaters just purchase the cheapest option, it may not be of good quality, but most importantly, it may not offer the proper support. On the other hand, most of the expensive skates may sound like a good idea. Expensive means better, right? Wrong. More expensive skates tend to be very supportive, but not every skater needs or can even handle that level of support. There's nothing worse than a skater in a boot that's too stiff, so that they're bent over forward and they're still not actually bending their knees. This is where long-term chronic injuries can originate. Working with trusted professionals like your coach and the pro tech that they recommend is your key to keeping you progressing and enjoying the sport. Sometimes skaters will try to save a little money by getting secondhand skates. I don't usually suggest this. Typically, those skates were shaped for someone else. Now you're trying to get it to adapt to a different foot. Plus, it's challenging to judge the lifespan of used skates. You have no way to know how they were cared for. It's generally in your best interest to get new, less expensive skate than a used skate. How long will skates last? As with so many things, that depends. Skates that are correctly sized can last grown-ups a pretty long time. Keep in mind that most blades can only be sharpened so many times before you run out of blade to sharpen. No skate is going to last you forever. The expectation is that skates will often last adults a year or two before they need to be replaced. They can and often do last longer. It depends how hard you are on your skates and, of course, your skill level. It also depends on your preference. Some skaters prefer really broken-in skates, and others prefer skates that are on the newer side. There's no right or wrong, unless, of course, if you're skating in totally broken down boots or a blade with nothing left on it. That would be when you need to get a new pair. The goal is to make sure that the next piece of equipment will progress your skating. When you're purchasing new skates, that's what you're looking for. What's most important is that you get the appropriate support for you in the correct size skate. There is no perfect formula that if you are this weight with these skills, this skate is best for you. All these support ratings and fit guides are just that, guides. You must be flexible with your thinking and discuss with your coach and a professional tech that you trust. We're all here to offer you guidance, but there's no magic formula where you can leave me a comment with your height, weight, and I can make a recommendation that's perfect for you. I hope this makes sense because I've received a lot of questions from all of you. Unfortunately, I can't give you a specific recommendation. Did this video help you? Do you think it could help someone else? Give it a like and share it with them and post it to your social media too. Remember, I post videos every week that can help you with your skating, your fitness, nutrition, and ultimately live a better life. So remember to subscribe with that bell on so you never miss a video. This is Aimée. Thank you for watching. Happy skating. I will see you real soon. Bye.